Hello, we are joined by Coach Cook for our weekly broadcast here, or podcast, or interview, whatever you want to call it. Last night, you guys had a successful Meet the Patriots day. You want to break down what that all entailed?
Yeah, it's just a fun event we do as part of homecoming each week. Student council puts it on, gives a chance for our elementary students to come out and meet our varsity football players. So a good turnout from our varsity guys at various stations set up, 40-yard dash times, tackling dummy stations, throwing stations, receiving stations. So, our guys always do a good job with that. Turnout was a little bit lower this year than it has been compared to previous years, but no, I was still happy our guys were there. Doing their part for homecoming week.
Yeah, it's kind of a good give back to the community thing like that, and I think a lot of the young kids enjoy that. Okay, so we'll have to talk about, or we're going to talk about the KCC contest last Friday night. Unfortunately, the final score didn't indicate a Patriot win. Obviously, there's a lot of, you got a long ride, you got some missing contributors, but, as coaches, we never use that as excuses. But could you break down kind of the KCC game for us?
Yeah, I think what it came down to is KCC was just more physical than we were. When it really came down to it, they got on blocks, they drove us, they stayed on their blocks. They attacked hard, they attacked well, and then we just didn't respond very well for the most part. There were some chances where we had an opportunity to really make it a game. We were down 14-0, we went and scored. And then we stopped KCC, got the ball back, but weren't able to do anything there. Then KCC happened to punch in two more right before half. I think the last one was about 10, 15 seconds to go, kind of deflating there. But then to start the second half, once again, we drove down the field and scored to make it a 27-12 football game. And then we had a chance to stop KCC on a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 play where we had them bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but were unable to finish the tackle. And they end up scoring on that drive to go up 3 scores again, and then they kick a little squib kick that we're unable to recover. They get the ball back, and after scoring to get the ball to start the half, in the second half, I don't think we saw the ball again until about the 5-6 minute mark of the fourth quarter. So really deflating there, and just a very physical game from their part. We got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage. We got to do a better job getting off blocks, filling gaps, and doing a lot of things like that.
Okay, so before we actually start talking about BGMR, then what becomes our focus for ourselves this week in practice?
If we had 35, 40 guys, I'd come out and say it's going to be a real physical week in practice where we're going to really hit, we're going to bring the physicality. But fact of the matter is we simply don't. We have 22. Some guys are still out on quarantine. Some guys still injured. So we can't really be too physical in practice. So we got to find a way to throw in some drills where we're sustaining blocks better on our own. Just working on some of those things without actually going live, just doing it in drill work and more of a concentrated area. And then flip-flop that a little bit too. We got to work on some drills on getting off blocks, maybe just focusing with our linebackers, starting them in tight, getting off blocks, staying low. That's one of the biggest things is just playing lower, playing more balanced, and having that better base.
Okay. Yeah. It's only going to help us going forward, but like you said, it's tough to do when we don't have a lot of kids. Okay, so let's lead into this week. It's kind of every coach's nightmare is the words homecoming week. There's so many distractions, not only on you guys as coaches and players, but it's just a lot of distractions. So BGMR coming to town. They're coming off a big win over a previously unbeaten Wayo team. What challenges besides homecoming, what challenges does BGMR bring to the table?
BGMR is going to be another physical team. They spread it out a little bit, but they're more of a spread with look to power run off of it. If they've watched the game film the past couple of weeks, they're definitely going to come with more of a power run, more of a trap, a lot of blast things, and see what they can do. But they got a pretty good quarterback off that too who can throw the ball. So they're going to try to lull you to sleep with their run game, then try to hit you with the big play over the top. And then defensively, they're going to bring guys. They like to pressure with their linebackers. Their D-line gets off the ball hard. So once again, they're going to bring the effort. They're going to bring a lot of physicality, and we really got to match that this week and step up.
Yeah, and again, it's not only are you battling BGMR, but you're battling all the distractions of homecoming as well. So, what kind of challenges, for those that don't understand, what kind of challenges go into being a head coach of a football team during homecoming?
when you look at homecoming week, there's just a lot of stuff going on. A Sunday night, there were kids in the hallways decorating hallways. So that's on their mind. What are we going to have for dress up days going on every single day? Got to get those coordinated. There's, volleyball games that kids want to get to. There's just a lot of different things. There's a lot of energy in the building. I know even in the classes, it's a little different. I'm guessing they have games and stuff throughout the day and everything this year, class competitions. Just minds tend to wander, minds tends to go elsewhere. So, we talk to the guys on Sunday night that says, it's homecoming week. It's supposed to be fun. Go have fun with it. That's what you're supposed to do as a high school kid. But when I get you for the hour and a half, hour 45 practice time we got, make sure we're focused up, ready to go for that short window, and then get back to having fun.
Okay. Hey, let's just finish up on, hey, can you give us 1 to 2 keys on what it's going to have to be for us to have a successful homecoming game?
Number one is going to be getting and sustaining blocks. We did a very poor job of that last week up in Kitson. We couldn't get anything going consistently in the run game. We'd hit one play and then have a -4 yard run play, something of that nature. So we got to get on blocks and we got to drive our blocks and sustain them this week to really open things up, because in high school football, it's really hard to be successful having to continuously throw the ball. So we're going to have to do that offensively. And like I said, defensively, it's going to have to play with a different attitude, a physical attitude. We're going to have to step up hard, fill gaps. D ends, D tackles are going to have to take on guys a lot harder than we have the past couple weeks here now. So it's kind of just that edge that you're going to have to play with to be successful on the football field.
Yeah. Again, looking forward to a Friday night's game. I think a lot of people around the area, it's going to be kind of a big game for seeding purposes. I think there's going to be a lot of attention on this game and a lot of people looking forward to watching it. So thanks again for joining us and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's Coach Cook with the interview.